Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is week 27 of our art journal pages, and this week's prompts were sparkle, chewing gum wrapper, and office related. Yeah, it was a tough one, so I work it out. So as usual, I started out with my Diet Coke box that I cut down to 5x7 and gessoed, and I'm just quickly sketching on a fashion type um, face and pose, whatever you want to call it, with some sunglasses. I didn't want to fiddle with any eyes. Figured, boy, gum wrapper. What can I do for a gum wrapper? Well, let's make it into a dress. So that's why we're going with like a fashion kind of look on this drawing. And speaking of gum wrapper, here it is. So I'm just, tucking and folding and moving that around, trying to see how I want to put it on her. And I think I pretty much decided, yep, a bustier would be great, but her waist was like the size of her neck. So I grabbed another gum wrapper and gave her a belt. So time for some color. I am going to use pretty much scribble sticks exclusively on this project. Um, I was surprised actually when I put this apricot on that the lead from my pencil was smudging. So I was a bit worried about it, but figured I'd let it dry here and fix it later. So moved on to the hair. And yep, she's going to have a gum wrapper dress. She's going to have flaming pink hair as well. So I've got the gum wrapper dress. I've got I thought I would put jewelry as her sparkly bits, and still have not figured out what I'm going to do that's office related. So just continue to work on this as I originally had planned, giving her some sunglasses, giving her the jewelry, drawing those in. And yeah, they're not very sparkly though, are they? I kind of screwed up on her nose, so I'm just fixing that a little bit. And her lips, just defining those a little bit. So thought I would come back in and try and paint over where the pencil smudged. Ended up smudging the pink hair in, and said, you know what, she doesn't need an ear. We're just gonna make her hair go over her ear as well because we smudged it. So just shading in. This is actually a color called Gilt. It's gold, but I like the shine and the effect it has on her skin. So figured gold it is, and I'll do some shading in there. So now that I've got her skin done, well, not done, but to a place, I'm adding the gum wrapper dress to this and the belts. And now I'm looking at it going, now she's a bust, right? What the heck am I going to do with those arms? So I'm thinking about it as I add the highlights onto her face to kind of cover up the darkness from the pencil. And I figured, you know what? I think I'm going to fiddle with her hair some more, apparently. Must be still thinking about it at this point, what I'm going to do with these arms. So I'm just adding some of the darker eggplant and giving her hair some texture. And doing her lips. So one of the things that I really like to do with lips, and I think I heard this from Dina Wakley, is go on strong, with the top lip, because that's shadowed. It's facing kind of down, and then use a watered down brush to kind of bring that color down to the bottom lip because that's highlighted because it's sticking out. So yeah, I like the way those lips turned out. I tried giving her pink eyebrows, didn't like that, so I took a wet brush and removed the paint off of there, giving her highlights in her hair, highlights on her sunglasses, highlights on her jewelry to try and make it sparkly. Still don't know what I'm going to do with the arms, so I'm still fiddling. Think I'm done with the scribble stick, so clean up my mess before I put my hand in it, and thought, I'm going to give her a fur stole. That way I don't have to draw on any arms. She's got a gum wrapper dress. Why the heck not have a nice bright blue fur wrap? So I kind of like it the way it is, but it to me looked a little two-dimensional, so I thought I would add shading, but I went way too dark. I wish I would have stopped like right here. But I just kept on adding more and more blue, and it just became almost one-dimensional at this point, but it is what it is. I'm still worried about what I'm going to do from an office perspective. Fiddling with the eyebrows again, not sure what I'm going to do with it, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to make her glasses bigger, so she doesn't need no stinking eyebrows. And I actually like the way this changes the dimensions of her face as well. She's getting out of that ugly face. So I didn't exactly like the sparkle aspect of the jewelry. So I went and got some flat back pearls, and these flat back pearls are called BB Jewels Tux Hues. Thought I would put like a little connector between the two sides of the shawl so it didn't look like it was just hanging there or floating there. It looked like it was wrapped around her. So back to the office bit. So we have the sparkle in the jewelry. We have the gum wrapper dress. I figured, okay, let's go with an office window, right? So a floor to ceiling office window. Let's do that. And I was debating on whether or not I was going to draw in some other buildings or what I was going to do. So I thought, you know what? It's a high rise. She's in a high rise, so there are no other buildings. There is no scenery. We're just going to make the sky blue. So floor or ceiling to floor windows and a blue sky. I didn't necessarily care too much about the solid blue, so I'm still thinking. So when I'm thinking, I fiddle because I can't just keep still. I figure maybe if I fiddle, something will happen where it'll, spark some inspiration or something like that. So I figured, okay, you know what? So if it is a high rise, she's going to have clouds in the background. So using the gesso and just add in some white to kind of signify that, she's in the sky with some clouds in the high rise. The top floor. She's in the penthouse. Sweet. And then went, okay, I have an office window, but it doesn't look like an office window. And I thought I was really kind of copping out by just having a window. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put blinds in there. Those fancy aluminum blinds that they usually have in offices, like the old offices. So there you go. Using the silver colored scribble stick and just dipping that in water to activate the ink. And it works out great. Becomes the brush. So going all the way down with these blinds. So as I'm doing this, I'm going, okay, why is this woman dressed in a silver dress with a blue fur some nice jewelry in an office with aluminum blinds. As I'm drawing this, I'm going, I have no idea what I'm going to do. What can I do? What story, am I trying to tell? And I figure, you know what? She is actually going out for dinner with some folks, right? She's in the penthouse. That means she has a shower. And yeah, I think the office blinds, that's my office. And I'm going to make her a boss, right? So I wanted to make it obvious that, she's the boss lady. Put boss on her glasses. And there you go. I've got the gum wrapper dress. I've got the sparkly gems. And I have the office blinds behind her. And in order to kind of solidify that this is an office and those are office blinds, I put boss on her glasses. She's going out. So I'm going to write down on my pre-made tags that this is week number 27, something that sparkles, a gum wrapper, and what was the third one? Office item. So I'm going to put that into my journal book. So just gluing that down and in there, and there you go. Week 27 is all done. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening or day, whichever it might be.